Welcome to the special stream. Please keep your hands within the confines of your seats. There will be untested elements at work. For your safety, do not inhale the vapor. Do not taste the fluid. Everything will be fine. Today I will witness outsider meat. Unfamiliar and yet just as out of reach as any other. One day, the sweat they have will be mine to drip. It is almost time for the stream to begin. Time to sit down from a good time streaming with my good people that I recognize. That's you. Hi, I'm Chris. I'm Vangelus. I'm on the internet. I'm streaming today, and today I'm not alone. Today I'm with lots of technology and also one whole other human. And what I'm going to do now is very smoothly transition to a position where I can introduce my guest, and this is all going to flow great. Did you know it's really tricky to do things that are vaguely complicated in OBS and in the whole streaming setup when you only have one monitor? It's true. So I'm just going to deftly, first, let me just do my thing here. I'm going to go in here into the chatting text window and say hello, if you're still here, to XCat X25, the Ecularg, Ben Walters, Ultimate Bad Walnut, Timu Kananen, Sideswipe, Prime 606, Transmech 534, Zimman 2, Oma Ender Prime, Ben Walters, Master Ben 95, Matt R75, Sam Wellbell, Griff Man, Adam Bill Moo. I think that hits all of them. Therefore, I will now very deftly unmute this thing, and then I'm going to introduce today's guest. It is plucky young up-and-comer YouTube creator slash toy shop employee. It's TJ Omega, and he's right here next to me. Hi, TJ.
Hi. Hello, I'm back from the void.
Check it out. He glows when he talks.
Through the magic of PNG tubing, yes.
It's amazing. I didn't even have to do anything. I just had to load a thing in, and this little thing just popped up and glows. That's so cool. I can even I can pick up TJ and I can just wave him around like, no. Some people might say, hey, don't let the viewers and the creators interact. But I can just throw TJ right in here with the chat window. Just get
I'm here. I'm among you now, chat.
Yeah, it's just another one of the chatters. Just another one of the viewers. It's amazing. I love this stuff. TJ, thank you very much for your help in answering all of my incredibly straightforward questions that come from me not paying attention to how streaming works with other people for several years.
Oh, no. Happy to help. Happy to educate.
And by the way, this is, I'm pretty sure, the very first time that myself, I'm pointing at TJ when I said myself, isn't that great? Myself and TJ are interacting live in a YouTube video. So, I saw someone before saying, I've wanted this since 2012. Well, it only took 12 years, and we did it.
We got there.
Yeah.
It's the journey, right? It's the journey.
Can I make TJ upside down? I don't think easily, because I have bog standard OBS. I don't know if this spins. No, this is me. Yeah, I can't spin TJ around easily. I'm still learning things. Eventually, I'll be able to, motion track to twirl my guests around on my finger like a plate. I think I can.
One day.
Yeah, I can make TJ like smaller. That's about it.
Yeah, smaller can be done.
Can also just go like, this is basically what it's like in real life. This is what this is an actual conversation, pretty much.
Yes. Yeah. We're about the same this height. I'm wearing a mask with glowing eyes.
Yeah, it was just like that. The one. Speaking of funny things, the one time we met in person.
the once.
This is pretty much exactly what it looked like. Turn myself upside down. We can rotate our monitors. It's a Karita. I don't want to put all your stuff's gonna. Your guys' computers are going to be going through so much as I try to do this high tech. Can you wear small TJ as a hat? Yes, I can. It's not going to be ideal because I prefer hats to be at jaunty angles like party hats, but I can. Hang on a second. I was balancing on my glasses here for a moment. I can put TJ up here. And yeah, pretty much.
Yes.
I have to hold still or move TJ with. Hang on. Oh, it's all in reverse. I hate this. This is all in reverse. This is like vertical controls, but left and right. But yeah, I can. Oh, this is confusing my brain. I gotta put you back down.
I am the worst case of lice.
When your lice glow and wear masks and well, actually, you know what? If lice could talk to me in English, I wouldn't mind because we could work it out. We could just be like, "Why are you doing this to me? What can I do for you?"
So here's the fun part. I still have some control over it from here. Like, I should be able to switch to my D&D character.
Checking it. That's TJ in real life.
That's really me. I also have this for some reason. Don't ask why Kimari's butt is being censored by my logo.
Oh, so I can just pull this over here, and then I can be all like, I can be all like, abba, 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 abba. Yeah, we got this happening.
Bad Kimari, bad. All right.
Could Chris be considered the original VTuber? Yeah, I think I talked about this once somewhere, that it felt like an entire industry kind of stole my naming branding and ran with it. So I'm coming for y'all, all of you. I'm coming for all of you. Anyway, I should reveal what we're going to be doing today, shouldn't I?
That would help. Yeah.
So I told
Otherwise,
TJ,
it's just going to be this, just playing with my PNG for the next hour or so.
I mean, this is kind of fun. I don't mind if I just to wave you around and do something. I can put you up here where my tiny webcam I never use usually is.
If I had legs, I'd step on you, chat.
It's a perspective thing. The chat window is
right
in front of you, Wilson style. So it totally works. So that's why Prime runs me back in high school when I thought Vangelus invented the term vlog. Yeah, you know what? It's more thieves. I'm going to start calling VTubers Vangelus tubers now. Please do. I would love this. I'd love it because eventually I'd forget that we talked about that on here, and then a bunch of people would start being very angry at me, and I'd be very confused. Anyway, I told TJ, hey, do you want to come on and, like, as a simple exercise, want to do a tier list with me? It'll be Armada related. And that's all I told you, I believe.
Yes, I feel like this is a trap somehow.
Well, that's kind of the gimmick I'm trying to invent in my head for any kind of... I want to do more collab streams. And given that TJ and myself have interacted at least once in the last 15 years, I figured, like, this is a great, comfortable place to start. But this isn't going to just be the science and the rule, but I figure an easy way to bring someone on to do a collab thing is, let's tier list something that I know is relevant to their interest, and then I'll just put a little spin on it, just a little tweak. So this is not going to be, like, mind-blowing. And also, this is not going to be designed to be, like, 4 hours long. Just in case TJ is worried about that. This is a very simple tier list. Now I gotta make sure... I gotta make sure everything here is arranged correctly. I gotta make sure the gag Google search is arranged correctly. Okay, so I'm gonna switch over to Collab browser feature, and I need to re-import TJ to this. So TJ, just enjoy... not silently, but sightlessly getting a look at what we're going to be talking about today. Now, let me just pull TJ back in here.
I'm immediately terrified. What are we...
There we go. There's TJ.
What is that fourth word in the Google bar?
What is
that fourth word?
So, full disclosure, I was just curious what would happen if I searched that. It's kind of disappointing, to be honest, as you can see. Not very much funny stuff happened when I searched that.
I mean, you're not on DeviantArt. I'm sure that would fix it.
I figured that it would just pop up. They say that Google's a mess right now, so I'm like, well, surely if I just search.
Well, look at the results. They all skip the word inflation. You have to say show results with inflation.
Oh, you're right. Okay, I'm gonna click that. This is disappointing. Reddit? You just start front-loading me Reddit? What a mess. What a mess. Anyway, this isn't what we're actually talking about. No, today we're making a tier list of the Transformers Armada McDonald's Happy Meal toys. Why is this one in there? No, go back. This is all 8 McDonald's Armada Happy Meal toys. Along with the some Asian markets exclusive other Hot Shot, and then as a bonus at the end, we'll be talking about the combined modes, Mega Vehicle and Mega Bot. Now, here is the first thing I should probably say, is I only ever owned one of these, which was Optimus Prime. So we're going to just be going pure visuals. It's going to be a very aesthetic thing. I'm probably going to just open up another tab with the wiki page I can go to. TF Wiki McDonald's. Because I'd like to get us slightly larger looks at some of these. So I'm just going to do what I did to steal all those images in the first place. And go down to the Armada promotion. Okay, so we're all set for... And you can all see this, right?
Okay.
Yeah.
They should be able to see it. I can see it.
Yeah. TJ is able to just see this as a webcam. So I'm relying on stuff playing out correctly. Does this include the ages less than 3 toy? I don't think that was an Armada toy. This is just the 4 Autobots and 4 Decepticons along with the variant and the gut time modes.
Yeah. Three and under was for the Beast Wars run. I'm not sure if they had one for the Armada.
So I did some digging because I was like, am I going to miss some if I just look for McDonald's Armada? And I dug for 20 whole minutes, and I'm pretty sure that there were only these McDonald's Armada toys. Energon had toys as well, as did Cybertron, and I believe those are where you started to spread out to, like, Burger King or, like, other weird, like, slightly more esoteric things. And we'll save those for another day. Maybe we'll do this again with some other things. So our tiers, by the way, are from bottom to top. So the bottom tier is send it back, and that means you send the entire Happy Meal back. Like, you look at the thing that you got, and you're like, I don't even want the food anymore. Send the whole thing back.
That's fair.
Next up, at least I got food. Next up, parking lot playtime. Like you're in the parking lot, and you're like, you know what? While I'm in the parking lot on the ride home, I'm going to play with this toy. Yeah. Next tier up, this goes on a shelf in 2024. You know, doesn't mean hey, it doesn't mean it's great, but it means, you know what, this piece goes on a shelf so I can point at it. And in the top tier, I threw away the food. It was a distraction. You didn't even want the food. You just wanted the toy. You lied to your parents, and you just like threw the food in a trash can when they weren't looking, because all you wanted was the hot new Transformers toy. So, one other thing, for the sake of this not all being send it back, we got to approach this with a playful context. Let's like just imagine that this is the Armada toy line, you know, and let's just imagine that like you can't just default to say like, oh, well, that Armada Optimus Prime, the Supercon's better, because then, you know, this will be over in like 5 minutes. So we got to take these at face value with genuine interest is what I'm thinking.
The way I always do tier lists like this is like it is a self-contained bubble. They are judged like within their own context alone.
Yeah. Because obviously when I thought, like, wouldn't it be funny to do the Armada McDonald's toys, my next immediate thought was, I know a lot of people would just say, well, that's easy, F. All right, next tier list. We got some...
No, the challenge is in justifying which is better than the others.
Exactly. That's why I wanted to figure out this tier list site, because you can, like, slot the things around, and it's all snappy and stuff. Granted, the thing was also like, hi, I'm an application, I just need to fuse to your Twitter account. And I'm like, you know, a few years ago, I'd have felt weird about that. I don't really care about my Twitter account anymore, so let's do it. This is also this should be accessible. If you're on this tier list site, this is a thing I think you can just grab as a template, is the way I set it up, if you wanted to have your own go at this. Also, we just have Master Ben 95 over here saying TJ and Vangelus should tier every episode of both Energon and Superlink. So I think that's the Patreon goal for when both of our Patreons are at $5,000 each. Yeah. So
that's how much I need to sit through Energon again.
I've never seen Energon. I only sat through Superlink, and I don't want to again. And I mean, I always forget that Energon apparently has... Is that the one with missing episodes? Missing plot key episodes that are extremely important to know about?
Yeah, I believe, yes, it's missing episodes. It also took most of the humor out of the joke episode where all the old versions are meeting the new versions and the big tournament thing. You know, the only good one.
I like the stock footage in that one a whole lot. I like to think that those the Gutai sequences, like there's a little bit of Obari chin on that Superion. So let's get going. I'm gonna pop back over to the wiki here. We'll go from top to bottom on their list here. Let's start off with Optimus Prime. Oh, you know what I can do? I can open these images in new tabs, and then we're just all set to go.
Correct.
Oh, this is sick. This is sick. Hang on, let me click a bunch of tabs a few times. TJ, while we're here, what do you got cooking in the oven? I know you got it was gonna launch today, it got bumped to tomorrow. You got a coverage of an amazingly good cartoon.
No. it was not bumped. It's been set for Wednesday for a bit now.
Okay.
So yeah, so if you were a long-running TJ Omega fan, a fan of local toy clerk TJ Omega.
If you've shopped,
I did the cartoon reviews once upon a time, and someone asked me, "Hey, can you talk about this show?" So we're bringing it back. We're seeing how people respond to it in 2024. We're talking about an old show called Vampires, which, if you hadn't seen, is the attempt they made in the 90s to rip off both Transformers and Power Rangers at the same time, with about half the budget of either,
and lightly Castlevania.
Barely, in that there are vampires of some nature.
So here's why I say this. The one episode I once saw of it, partly at like 6 a.m, once was the one that has an Alucard in it. And I was like, you can't do Alucard, because I was playing Symphony of the Night at the time. And I was like, this is way less cool. And they keep bringing up that his name is Dracula backwards. And they keep bringing it up, and they keep calling him Al. And this is way less cool. What is this show I'm watching?
Now, Alucard does predate Castlevania, so let's point that out for starters.
I mean, yeah.
but also, the show is 100% car puns, so it's Alucard. It's Alucard.
Oh. Is it also Tracula?
It is Tracula, yes.
I don't want to talk about this anymore.
I don't blame you. I don't blame you. I talked about it for 25 minutes. You'll see it tomorrow.
Oh boy. Oh boy. I didn't know about the Alucard thing. That's worse. If I'd noticed that when I saw it on TV, I would have been more annoyed.
Of course, it's worse. The whole show is like that.
Well, isn't Alucard also like a sloth from Goonies, like human puppy dog, but a vampire character too? That's what I recall.
From the Goonies?
Because he's like a gentle giant, like, oh, you guys, but it's Alucard because he's lovable.
It's a sloth.
Yeah, yeah, right. What did I say?
I said Alucard.
Yeah, no, I mean Alucard is like Sloth from the Goonies.
Oh, okay, yeah. Character-wise, yeah, he's like that.
Okay, yeah, that's the other thing I remember.
Here's a weird thing. Like, I chopped like a whole 5-minute segment out of that, basically because I wanted to rant about the Wikipedia page for it that was written by a psychopath. But as it's the weirdest thing. I don't even want to get into it. But I looked into it because I wanted to see what the actors are doing. Most of them were still active, surprisingly, but the guy who did Alucard, prolific voice actor. He's got a huge credit list.
Who is it?
Oh, I can't remember offhand now.
So I'm just gonna
look this up.
I'm gonna set up a very natural looking shot. Oh, look at this.
Okay, it's a guy named Andrew Francis.
Andrew Francis? Oh, that sounds like really, really weirdly familiar.
See, he was just in The Flash. He was in...
Oh, so that's why Prime dropping an "Oh him," all caps.
See, he's in My Little Pony for a good bit. Let's see,
he was Mega Man in Exa, apparently. And just so I stop headbutting PNG TJ, I'm gonna put you over here. Was he a Transformer once?
Was he? Hang on.
Timu says Bionicle Joller.
He's Billy.
Really?
Billy in Armada.
Why have we not had him at a TFCon with a big picture of Alucard from Vampires? Oh, wait, has he been to a TFCon?
No. Oh, I hate that I found that out now.
Has this guy just been incepted into reality in the last hour, by the way? Because we're all going like, oh yeah, Andrew Francis, as though we've all known.
He's like a fake creature where he becomes more real the more people believe in him.
I gotta stop believing in Andrew Francis. I gotta temper this godling.
I'm angry I didn't know this for the video. There's an actual Transformer VA in the horrible vampire show.
What's up, Wheeljack64? We need to get him to TFCon to sign my Bionicle DVD. He was Kento in Ronin Warriors, and he was Lance in Voltron Force, and he was Max Steel.
And yeah, he's the most current Max Steel, I think.
Good lord. And Shining Armor in My Little Pony. Well, this is giving me an idea for one more tier list. The Andrew Francis Exists tier list. Dende in the Ocean dub of DBZ. Oh, Andy's Canadian. Good. All right, I gotta pull us off this tangent before we discover another 800 roles that he has done, like Iceman in X-Men Evolution, and Vert Wheeler in the Acceleracers movies. Vert Wheeler. And Genki in Monster. This is like one of those dudes where it's like, it's fine if no one really knows what I did, because I did enough to never have to work again if I don't want to. I just get a roll every 3 weeks. All right, so TJ, let's look at this Armada Optimus Prime. Now, the one thing I'm going to say is I want to make a case for this one because it's literally the only one I actually own. And so I have actually transformed it, and I can confirm it's very easy to do.
I should hope so.
But I think for a McDonald's toy, this one actually hits some efficacy points, because, you know, two clearly defined shapes, articulated arms, and now, granted, you know, it's not painted, but if you look, like, his robot mode is sculpted there. So, you know, this is kind of a quintessential Happy Meal toy. This is like, oh yeah, this is what in my mind's eye a Happy Meal toy looks like that I would be happy with. That's how I'm feeling about this one.
Yeah. I mean, the fun part about this is we haven't had a clear look at the others, or at least I have not. So I'm going to be completely making my judgment based on this and this alone.
You can kind of see the others in this picture. Just try to ignore that.
Kind of, yes.
Just ignore that for now.
It doesn't look for a Happy Meal toy. This does not look bad at all.
Yeah. Like, I would say he is at least parking lot playtime tier. Like, we could agree on that, right? Like, this is not...
Yeah, I mean, that's a bare minimum. I might be willing to put him up one more rank just for now, and then we see how the other ones go.
I would say this is an easy... I would put this on a shelf in 2024. I'm gonna put him there now, actually. This goes on a shelf in 2024. Now,
yeah.
I'm gonna leave us the room to adjust this as we go. They're not locked in with concrete. We are not bolting him into that spot. If at some point we decide, in the context of our rankings, that something needs to ascend or descend, we are free to do that, or at least make the case. I want to leave us that option.
Yeah, I mean, this is your tier list. You make any rule you want.
Damn straight. So let's move on to Hot Shot. Now, this is the TJ-centric one. This is pandering. I gotta get here and make sure this is blown up enough. There we go. Get you up there. Now, Hot Shot. I'm gonna say parking lot playtime. Okay? Because, once again, that alt mode, solid, defined. That robot mode, well, they sculpted everything. Now, in different shapes and proportions, yes. But you'll notice those arms, now, maybe they can't flap forwards and backwards, but they can flap, you know, on a butterfly joint, kind of. So, I don't know, I think this is parking lot playtime, you know, you're realizing this can do things.
Now, do those arms have some forward rotation?
I don't think they do.
Because I can see them pinned.
I just don't want to...
at the shoulder.
I don't want to make an assumption that they do. If they... Let's roll the... Maybe they can move forward at the shoulders. I will just mention that we have viewers here who are throwing in some of their own thoughts, such as, he looks like he wants to die. We've got, what if Hot Shot was a Rock Lord?
Okay, that's valid.
He has the bumper saw gimmick. Timu pointing out what I was going to have as my trump card. Yeah, he's got the bumper saw gimmick. The bumpers can open in alt mode.
Okay, it does look like his arms can move forward.
Okay, so his arms can move forward. Like I said, solid parking lot playtime, in my opinion. PT says it looks like a penguin. Yes.
He has the body structure of, like, one of those, like world's strongest competitors, but without the arms to back it up.
Yeah, it's like if he only did pec day.
Yeah. Working on pecs, working on abs, working on hips. Kind of missed the arms in there somehow.
I'm actually going to say I don't think he's been working on the abs. I think that's just the byproduct of doing the pecs so many times.
Okay, that's a fair assessment.
Yeah, because it's just a wall. You know, it's like that stuff is flexing to facilitate the pec exercise.
I like how they've tried to hide his head for the vehicle mode because the flap looks like a VR headset.
Yeah, it's just a brick that folds down over his face. Got some more good viewer input here. He's a little yellow marshmallow, says Cheese Ear. Chris Muse says he looks like a kid whose mom dressed him in 2 snowsuits. Doesn't look like he can roll. True.
What I will give him credit for are the painted windshields in the vehicle mode, because even Optimus did not get that.
Yeah, I want to actually say the vehicle mode on this, I think, is kind of just a hit, just as a toy, like as a cheap Transformers toy.
Yeah.
We're kind of like I said, I think this is parking lot playtime myself.
Okay, I'll give you parking lot playtime.
Yeah, I'm not going to shoot for the moon. We have plenty of Hot Shots out there that can go onto a shelf, but I'm gonna chuck him onto parking lot playtime. Now next up, we have got, so that was you. Just going to skip over one. We're going to go to Red Alert. Classic Armada character. Notably, the Wave 1 toy that had modern hips. If I recall correctly, that was the whole thing back then. Was
Yep.
check it out, he has working hips and knees.
Now, this is the only one I've ever owned.
Oh, you've owned him, so you know what the gimmick did.
Here's the thing. I got him out of a used bin like 2 years ago because it was the only Transformer the shop had, and I was just like rescuing him that day.
Yeah.
It's been a hot minute. I can't remember. Does he have a pullback gimmick?
I believe it was something like that. Let me just skip back to my cheat sheet here. Yeah, pullback motor. Hot Shot had a pullback motor too, actually.
Oh, the Hot Shot does too. Okay.
Yeah. So
he can roll. All right.
Yeah, extra points to that Hot Shot. But yeah, this is Red Alert, has a pullback motor. I really like the upper body. I think that the lower body is not in the spirit that the last two were. Because now, I mean, obviously Hot Shot was in a very kind of, let's call it deformed shape, right?
Mm-hmm.
But everything was sculpted there. My little issue with this Red Alert is I feel as though from the waist down, they stopped sculpting stuff because they're like, oh, it's just a Happy Meal toy. And I don't know if that's in the spirit of the competition myself.
No, that's valid. That's actually valid. So it does look like the transformation is a little bit more involved because they had to fold down the front of the truck.
Yeah.
So I can understand where maybe this got a little bit more complicated. So like, okay, we gotta tone it down here and there. I do notice our first entry was 0 articulation.
True. Yeah. Those flaps don't have a natural joint. Maybe his head could swivel. Maybe because it looks like it does.
His head could swivel because that's how it transforms.
Yeah, so he can look. That counts for a lot.
Yes, I'm just imagining in vehicle mode, he's driving along, staring into himself as he goes down the road.
Well, let's be real. Maybe he's looking at the reflection of the road in the windshield that he's staring at.
Okay, fair. So he's looking at everything in mirror. That's what you want out of your ambulance drivers. Everything's reversed.
It's a lot of good brain exercise. Let me tell you, from trying to wave you around while I move my head left and right with reversed horizontal mouse controls, it's a lot of brain work doing everything in a mirror.
I want to just point out, I love the idea of an emergency rescue vehicle with like a tricked out muscle car exposed engine.
Well, you got to make sure that the people get out of the way. Like, if people don't listen to the siren, they listen to the purr. They listen to that meow coming down the road.
It's just we have an ambulance with nitrous burners.
Yeah, just shoot some fire left and right. We got cases being made in the text chat that the sculpted pose, the attitude of it, is making up for the lack of sculpt. Here's the thing, though. Look at his crotch. All right, let's all look at it together. Let me make sure I'm blowing this up correctly.
Yes, let's collectively judge his crotch together.
Look at that featureless rectangle. Okay, this is what I'm talking about. Is there? If there were, the impression of pelvis or thighs in there, then I'd be like, yeah, this is parking lot playtime tier. The reason why I want to put this one at least I have food is transformation, totally there. The pose has got some moxie and some swag, but this is a crotchless Red Alert. There was a moment where someone working on this went like, no one's gonna look down there. Well, MF, I look down there. I look at it. And I'm unimpressed. In fact, I would dare say, lazy, didn't finish your crotch sculpting before you took a lunch break. That one's because I know Sideswipe Prime's in the chat. But I'm going to say this one is at least I got food. Because I would be excited up until I look down below, and then I'd just be like, what happened? Crotchless. But, I mean, that's me. TJ, where would you want to put this? Do you want to make a case for it?
I've had that reaction. That's fair. This I think, yeah. At least I got food. It is definitely lacking compared to the two we've seen already. There's a lot of weird choices. I'm not sure about the Kool-Aid face. because that is not his silver faceplate. It just looks like just a kid, just very sloppy with lunch.
He's having to really be, I mean, because I don't know if you or anyone in the chat has gone through this, but when you are left crotchless, like, it's a lot harder to get yourself into a pose like this. You have to really use some lung power. So I think that's just a result of him having to use a lot of upper chest to carry his swagger.
Okay, I will give you that one. I'll give you that one.
Yeah, like
I think I agree with the placement on him. I would give him a point simply because he's using the same translucent red for his rack as the larger toy.
Yeah,
which is a nice little bonus.
Yeah, that's a nice detail touch. Also, as we pointed out on Hot Shot, right? Painted windows. You know, not featureless.
Yeah. It's not. There's got to be worse than this. But yeah, it doesn't stack up to the other two.
And we've got it down here in the text. You know, still having swagger after losing his crotch is inspiring. Maybe it is, but you know, I think he still could have tried harder. There could have been just a little bump. You know, there could have been a little bit of a nub. There could have been a line, something. Just a featureless rectangle. That's lazy. So I'm putting him in at least I got food. And then that brings us to the last of the Autobots, which is Smokescreen. Which, like, the one point I really want to give this up front, interesting character pull. Because, like, Smokescreen needed a hot minute to show up in the show, if I recall correctly.
Yes, but he is Autobot number 4 in the cast.
True. His feature, by the way, is a battle damage feature, where when you hit a button, then his crane blows off. At least that's what I read on the wiki. I'll go double check. Yeah, battle damage gimmick.
Huh. I mean, I've seen his crane blow up in the show. I think that's actually accurate.
Yeah, I mean, he dies, right? He gets Requiem blastered and has, like, this prolonged, oddly horrific death scene.
He's just, air quote, dies, and then comes back as new guy, same head.
But they drew him melting alive from his wounds. Like, they went for it in a way that made the resurrection really funny right afterwards.
Hey guys, I'm fine now.
It was like they were setting up expectations for when Optimus, like, tragically decolored and exploded, and then came back shortly thereafter. A lot of people pointing out his arms, that he is both T-posing and or crucified, and I will say that is, like, you know, that is a mark against him, is that he doesn't really have swagger. He seems kind of swaggerless to me.
No, yeah, he is attempting to T-pose, but when your shoulders begin somewhere around, like, your bottom rib cage, it's not very effective.
Yeah, because Red Alert, you know, people were pointing it out. They were calling it out. He's like, "Hey, it's me, Red Alert." Smokescreen here is just like, hugs. But then, like, can you imagine getting hugged like this? Like, that's the awkward waist hug. You know, that's
it's the awkward waist hug, and he's going to grind his gears and his winch in your face.
Yeah, you're gonna get inadvertent motorboated by that winch, and that will pierce skin. That will friction burn. I assume you can have the crane attached to him in robot mode.
The peg is there. It's on the wrong side, but it's there.
Yeah. So, you know, let's be fair and let's imagine he also has a giant block hanging out up there. I want to be fair after what I did to Red Alert and say, like, very specifically, look at that crotch. Like, that's full 3 square skirt. There's thighs underneath it. There are shins under those. Like he is actually sculpted. His existence has been sculpted. It's unfortunate that his arms. You know, he doesn't have shoulders.
No, he does not.
Like, they're just gone. Hang on. Can I zoom this in anymore? Yeah. Like, they. It's not that they're blank. It's just they are missing. Does he have biceps?
It doesn't appear so. Oh, I'm looking. Oh no.
What happened?
Give me 1 second.
Something's up. Something's up. Oh, Flame Kaiser. Who's that guest? That's up and coming. That's a plucky young creator that we're bringing on as a patron reward. That's TJ Omega from X/Twitter user TJ Omega. Also YouTube.com/@TJ Omega.
Yeah. Vangelus is giving me the boost here.
Yeah, we're working. We're working.
Young struggling creator.
Got to bring up these Gen Zs.
I'm looking at photos of this toy. I assumed those things folded forward, so he at least had like a butterfly. No, those are hinged upward.
Yeah, that's the bottom of that structure in the vehicle mode. Then, like that's where the seam is.
Yeah. It's the top.
Yeah,
it's like what form it's what forms the driver's seat and all that. So those just lower sadly to his side.
So he always looks awkward. Oh man, actually, this would look better with those lowered down. Like.
I'm looking at photos. I disagree.
Okay, true. I just think that there's like at least like something inherently pathetic when they're lowered down. Like this is just like, pathetic, but.
Oh no.
This
I just saw it from the other angle.
Oh, like the back?
Oh no.
Valkaisa says he really shines in a side view.
Here, I just DM this.
All right, let's have a look at this. Oh my God. Okay, hang on. Hang on a second. Did that pop up?
Yes, it did.
Yeah, okay. There we go. Where do you want to rank? Hang on, before I say this, hang on. We just assassinated his character here. Just give me a sec. We got to be fair here. Let's look at the vehicle mode. Hang on. Let's look at the vehicle mode. Let's be fair. Transformers have two modes. All right, let's look at this. Okay. Before we go back to look at that. Now hey, they didn't have lots to work with for this vehicle mode. I think that the vehicle mode kind of hits it with like that crane boom. That is not small. It's not undersized. It has two positions it can be plugged into, it looks like.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, you have to flip it upside down to do that. That's interesting. Yeah, I want to give credit where credit's. Okay, let's just click back to this. What the hell happened over here?
I don't know. And here's the thing: when I'm googling for this, I can't find any spot that actually shows it pegged to that like shoulder post.
That's a power link post. That's not for his crane.
Oh, that's a Minicon peg.
Yeah. So you just have the crane on the back, except that he doesn't need it back there because he doesn't need back support. He's all of his weight is in the pecs up at the front. Where do you want to put this on the rankings?
Oh, that vehicle. The vehicle's okay, but man, it's a rough robot.
Yeah,
it's a real rough robot.
Vehicle doing work, I think.
Vehicle doing work. You know what we've not even mentioned that's been bothering me this whole time is the fact that the head isn't even close to accurate. It's
yeah, I mean, you look at that face and you just kind of think like, well, I'd look like that if this happened to me.
I was trying to figure out if the face was painted or if the helmet was painted. Because if the helmet's painted, they had an option of orange and ignored it.
I'm trying to match
I guess they might have had it. Well, it's molded orange. They had that option, I guess, the whole time.
I can't, because I'm trying to puff my cheek. He doesn't have puffed cheeks. He just has like swollen cheekbones and swollen lips.
Yeah, it's kind of it's closer to the hoist head than the smokescreen.
I can't do it. I think here's the thing. I don't know that I would send this back. Because the vehicle mode, right, which I assume this would be packaging in the baggie, that thing would make me start thinking, like, oh, stuff's going to happen here. Like, I don't think I would... I don't know if I would just say send it back.
I think the action feature saves this.
Yeah. Because
that is a little bit more involved and a little bit more interesting than just a pullback motor.
Yeah, and with this being, like, let's say, the most wretched of all 4 of the Autobots, the wretch is the one who you want to have a part blow off of when you strike him. So
This is fair.
Yeah, yeah. I think that this is at least I got food.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Okay, let's put him there before I start changing my mind, because now we have to decide something. Does he go here behind Red Alert, or does he go in front of Red Alert?
Ooh. I think, well, I mean, our biggest criticism against Red Alert is block crotch, which I definitely think Smokescreen has worse issues than block crotch.
Yeah, like I said, being fair to Smokescreen has defined groin, but he also doesn't have shoulders or biceps. And he has wretch face. So I think it's like this. I think Red Alert does kind of easily go in front of Smokescreen.
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, I'm not seeing Smokescreen going in front of Red Alert. Because also, as we was pointed out, Red Alert's pose, swagger. You know, like he's carrying himself pretty well. Got a whole lot of people just saying behind, but we got Ben Walters, who's front of Red Alert. Someone believes in Smokescreen. Now we got one more secret candidate here. It's easier with the defined groin. We have Hot Shot number 2. So this is the one apparently in some Asian markets where this McDonald's Hot Shot inexplicably just works different. So the top canopy just comes off and sticks on the back, and then the arms swing forward. And I don't understand how there ended up being 2 Hot Shots. I think it's very funny because that was the case with Deluxe Hot Shot as well. There was the LED version and then the North American version.
I mean, that was because of budgetary limitation, though.
Yeah. I don't know what this is because of.
So sometimes these Happy Meal promotions just have weird variances in other countries. Sometimes, like, with like the McChangeables, the transforming food items. Like there are variations in there. There's like a milkshake figure from Series 1 that has a complete retool that was done in Series 2 that never came out elsewhere.
Huh.
So sometimes the weird things like this happen for whatever reason.
Well, I guess, like, looking at this, right, the arms are the big one. The clear windshield is a materials upgrade, but then it's also a visual downgrade because we lose the defined windshield paint that the original had.
Correct.
The arms on this one are closer to a correct color than the red on the other one. And I was going to say, these ones can swing forward. That was always my thing going in. Like, these ones can swing forward, but once we figured out the other ones could do that as well. My first question is, do we do the initial shortcut and just say this ranks either just before or just after the other Hot Shot?
It is ultimately the same toy. There's only a few minor modifications. I think it comes down to a personal preference thing.
Yeah. And I was going to put this one in front of the other Hot Shot, but now that I know the other one can also swing arm forward, I think this one's worse.
I just want to point out the simple truth that both of these McDonald's Hot Shots have superior shoulder movement to the actual Deluxe Hot Shot. I feel like that's valid.
That is valid. However, they have less elbow movement.
True. I would agree. I think this is one step down, and I will say why. Because I feel like red is such an important color to Hot Shot's visual identity that switching to the blue might be more technically accurate, but it does not feel correct.
Yeah, I can see that. And it's also almost taunting that there is a giant block of red on the back.
Yes, there's Hot Shot.
Yeah, Hot Shot's back
on the
there.
rear side.
Flip him around. There's another face on the back of the black piece over his head.
I feel like just a little bit more engineering, so his like waist could rotate around, and he'd be great.
Yeah, because like one thing one might say is like, what does he gain from that canopy coming off? And then it ends up being kind of like sort of nothing. There's not really any.
Yeah, kinda.
Sort of nothing gained, nothing. Then somehow something lost. I will say that that upper block is probably where the pullback motor is, so that's also probably contributes to the shape. But yeah, I think this just goes just behind other Hot Shot. I also want to say, at some point in the last 21 years, I think I've seen this, one of these actually get a full paint job on that torso. But I can't for the life of me find it.
I'm sure customizers have gone nuts on these things. It's just a blank canvas that's cheap to get.
Yeah, and like I said, it's all sculpted there. And I think that is kind of impressive. Like, despite these proportions, it's like this figure doggedly has the entire torso sculpt. But yeah, I'm gonna take this this Hot Shot and just pop him. Still parking lot playtime, but right behind the other one.
Yeah.
Now we're not gonna get into the bonuses quite yet. First, we gotta have our vegetables before we have our meat and dessert, our beef ice cream, if you will. So.
Ooh, beef ice cream.
Yeah, that's, the good stuff. So I'm going to close some of these tabs, because there are too many tabs open now. We're going to get into the Decepticons. So let's start off with David K, friend of the fandom, David K. It's Armada Megatron. Now, I believe this one's feature is a sort of like pump action, make it look like the camera's jiggling and shooting kind of thing. Zero Liddell in the chat with, I love it when Vangelus blows a crotch up. You know it, baby. Now, Armada Megatron, I'll double check the feature. Yeah, gimmicks simulating his motion of firing his cannon while in robot mode. I want to give this one high marks because I think the colors are wild. The mixture of translucent green with a translucent forest radioactive green with a matte opaque lime green. Again, the translucent cool ice purple with the kind of like grape aid forearm purple. The night blue head. This is like exciting colors for me to look at. I want to be very friendly to this one. Also, he kind of transforms a lot for what he's supposed to do, which is not much. And they got the turret to appear in the right spot. Like, I kind of want to say that maybe I just wanted this Armada Megatron because the real one's expensive. But TJ, where are you at with this thing?
So, with the limitations of a Happy Meal toy, it actually is surprising. They brightened up his color palette because, hey, kids meal toy, I get that. But it like you said, it gives him like a G2 Euro G1 vibe.
Yeah.
That I'm into.
Like, I kind of want to see the Legacy one in these colors. Like,
oh my god.
Unironically.
Where is it selects?
Yeah.
Where's my Happy Meal Megatron Hot Shot versus pack where Hot Shot has no paint except his arms?
I want to see this turned into a full-blown deco. Sideswipe Prime got my back. Yeah. By the way, it's worth mentioning, TJ. We do have someone who I believe is calling out that this toy is made 50% out of clear plastic and that you are potentially internally screaming. But does that apply to a McDonald's toy in your clear plastic sciences?
It's a free toy that probably costs like $5 to replace today. I'm not really concerned about the clear plastic on this one.
Just low-key negging this entire toy line. $5 today, 21 years later.
I do think it's fascinating they've kept translucent plastic to the leader characters. So that's their exclusive little selling point.
Yeah, they got like that Energon glow. That Powerlink glow.
Yeah, and I think the most fair thing here is like this looks like by far the most articulated we have seen out of these.
Yeah, like I'm pretty sure that's a kind of waist swivel, kind of.
It's a waist swivel because that's how he transforms.
Yeah,
like he's got the I was gonna say elbows, but I guess they're technically shoulders here. He's got the neck The turret rotates and the barrel lifts up and down.
I have fully articulated tank mode. That's just literally a perfect toy tank because it's shaped like a tank and you can point the gun. I want to put this one on the food as a distraction. I want to put this on the toppest tier myself. Should I be talked down? That's my question.
I am double checking. We are googling for beautification here.
You're looking for more embarrassing rear shots of these toys so we can just destroy their reputation on the spot.
Just looking to shame them with other photos.
Let me go find this horrible, unflattering angle of you before this guy puts you on a high tier. Let's.
I'm actually more or less just kind of like double checking. Is there any surprise to him that I am unaware of? It does not look like it.
Also want to say, New Sam has said, "Guess I know what I'm digi-bashing tonight," and then afterwards Griffman said, "I think I once photoshopped the original toy into these colors a long time ago." So, it's probably out there. We also got the question, why the blue head? Yeah, it's been answered. Why not the blue head? Oh!
That is a little... The blue head is odd. I'll give you the blue head is a lot.
Zimman says the shoulder pauldrons can rotate, too.
That's what I was trying to look up.
Yeah, this is... I want to say this is going into throw the food away, I don't need it tier.
Yeah, I'm actually in agreeance here.
Yeah, I wasn't sure if that tier was going to be used unironically at any point during this exercise, but I'm actually going to do it. I'm putting this one there.
I mean, by default, someone here has to be the best, if we are judging these solely based on each other.
True, but I was legit ready for us to be doing that as some kind of prolonged, possibly fruitless exercise at the end. Of like, someone's got to go on the top. I didn't think I'd have a
tier. We made that tier. Someone's got to use it. Well, I don't want it to go to waste.
I didn't think I'd have a genuine reaction of like, no, I want to put it there. Alan Weaver says, I'm on eBay right now looking for one. Not really, but tempting. I think you should go on eBay right now and look for one myself. Timo, I want to know how much they are on eBay. That's my question. Is it, with this being the S tier one, is it also like $10 for instance? Has it gone to double digits?
Let's see. Okay, no, that one's broken. I can't judge on that one.
It's rare. It's the first one we found was broken. We gotta try to find a gem mint pristine. Alan Weaver also pointing out defined crotch. Yeah, I mean, my taste. But yeah, good. That is a strong showing for the Decepticons. So we should now pop over to Cyclonus with the spinning rotor. Oh, buy it now. $6 with $6 $6 with $6 shipping. So that is, on a technicality, double digits.
Mm-hmm.
Armada
Cyclonus. I think for certified best McDonald's Transformer toy as certified by Vangelus and TJ Omega, I think that is a decent value.
Yeah. I mean, and we can get that. You give us, it's just a nominal fee of like $90. We can grade it for you. We'll put it into an acrylic case made of cellophane. It's very flexible, a lot easier to put on a shelf. I'll write numbers on it too, whatever numbers you want with a decimal 5. Armada Cyclonus, the Happy Meal toy. The gimmick on this one is apparently the rotor spins. So this is important to me. Does anyone out there have any experience with this toy? Does the rotor gimmick work? Did it work? Because that's really critical to how I'm feeling about this one. TJ, how about you? How are you reacting to this up front? This
I am. Okay, so it looks like the way it works is you roll it on the ground and it spins the rotor.
Okay. That's less impressive to me. I thought that the rotor was gonna shoot off.
Yeah, like that's what it feels like, right?
That's what it looks like. It looks like a shooting rotor. Also, it's been pointed out they for whatever reason sculpted this one with the Minicon combined cockpit setup, which is whatever. I think that actually hurts this a little bit. I think that something that is this inherently end-stumpened would have looked better with the stubby cockpit.
I mean, I would argue it does improve the vehicle mode. Because that is the cooler look for Cyclonus's vehicle, but yeah, in the robot mode, yeah, it makes him very, very front heavy.
I even feel like the vehicle mode might have benefited from the nub on the front, because it would have kind of, I don't know, it would have just helped like draw the eye away from the propeller a little bit more. I'm really bummed out that propeller doesn't shoot. Oh, if you roll it fast enough, the rotor flies off.
Intentionally or otherwise?
I'm not sure. Good and Evil Art says, if I remember, it shot off like one of those spider bionicles. I don't know how those work either.
We're going to compare this toy you don't have to another toy you don't have.
Oma Ender Prime says intentionally, so that is the gimmick. It is supposed to build up speed, then fire off. Okay.
Okay. That improves it.
The only problem I have with that is, knowing me as a kid, I never had enough runway to make something like that work. Like, whenever you had to, like, roll something a really long way across a table or something like that, I never had the runway to make it happen properly.
Given that his character is such a mook, I think that is actually character appropriate. Like, just when he's getting up to speed, he has a catastrophic failure.
It's just dunk. Oh, the Spider Bionicles had a ripcord. If this had a ripcord, I'd be having a very different conversation right now.
Oh, yeah. If we could Beyblade this, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, if this was a ripcorded toy, this would be different. You have the floor to play on. I did not have I had carpeted floors when I was a kid, for the most part. Those don't work with these things. Especially when there's... And then they pull hair into all the workings when you think that you're going to do it right. Because I was going to say... I think this is the worst looking one to me so far, but it's mostly because the combination of the propeller and that he doesn't really have a leg. There's just a structure down there. Going back to my previous critique, there's no, to me, I don't see a robot from the waist down on this one. But am I being cruel? Am I being cruel?
I think he's got a little bit more of a lower waist than some of the ones we've judged harshly. I think it looks better than Red Alert's.
Let's get in there. It's like a plus sign, though. Like, it looks like that's part of it looks more like the back half of a helicopter than the legs of a robot to me.
That's because it's the back half of a helicopter folded down.
This is true.
I hate to blow the illusion, but that's how it works.
In the language, in the language of the art form.
So I was gonna give it credit because, like, from the upper body, everything is in the correct spots. Like the arms are the under junk from the wings. The head's in the right spot, and it just kind of tucks down. That's how the normal toy works.
Mm-hmm.
I might give it credit because I might take away credit because he has no biceps whatsoever. He goes from forearm to shoulder directly.
That's fair. As long as the shoulder's there, then I'm down. Because if you go shoulder to forearm, that just tells me your biceps are so powerful I can't perceive them.
Okay, that's fair. I'll give you that.
Mm-hmm. Quick question. Iasiris Fallgrove, this is indeed a tier list of the Armada Happy Meal toys, all 8 of them, and the 2 bonuses, and the 1 variant. So it's an 11-piece list. Yeah, the upper body is great. It's just, like, this lower body is tweaking all of my least favorite feelings. I was gonna actually put this one on Send It Back, but you're talking me out of it.
I'm crediting it because the vehicle still looks decent, and we do have confirmation that, like, that's a full launching rotor gimmick.
Yeah. Personally, I would put this at least I got food, but would you want to make an argument for parking lot playtime?
I'm trying to judge because he does technically have better articulation than Red Alert. His arms can go up and down. So
let's go back to the tier list. I would easily put him at the top of at least I got food. Like, that's my baseline. But does he ascend? Is my question.
Yeah, would we rather have the Hot Shot?
I'll put him there.
Of the Hot Shots.
Hmm.
Hmm. That's a heavy preferential thing. That's pullback motor versus the rotor spin.
If the rotor spin used anything but roll him forward, because the pullback motor,
it is a McDonald's toy, so that might be ambitious to ask for like ripcord or trigger.
I know. I'm just thinking like pump. Like if there was a thing I could pump to make that thing spin.
Well, I mean, use your finger.
Yeah. Well, no, I can't roll all the wheels. My fingers are too thin to roll all the wheels properly. I got too much of this soft flesh on them. You know, like a pullback motor, you know what you're getting into. You can just use a small patch of surface and just, you know, rev it up and then put it down, just let it fly off. If I could work that propeller up to speed without rolling it, I could fly the thing around, you know, like make the thing look like it's going whoop 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 whoop. Skill issue. Skill issue get good. I didn't know we had gamers in here. Derogatory. People are commenting it looks kind of weird without the propellers. I think actually it looks like a weird jet without the rotors, but that's to its credit. That's actually the weird sculpt helping with that cockpit, because yeah, this is pulling off some mask tricks when the propeller's gone. It's pulling off some Switchblade look.
Yeah, if Miles Mayhem was peeking out the hatch on top, yes.
Yeah. I'm letting that go. Just that this is, you know, in the context, in the spirit of things. I didn't hold it against Red Alert.
Yeah, I was gonna say it's not the worst exposed head we've seen in this list.
Yeah. I kind of want to leave him at the top of At Least I Got Food.
Yeah, I'm good there.
Because that's where I'm at. I feel like that's being very fair. You know, I don't think I'm being cruel. I'm gonna blow this up a bit because I think we can get a better look at this too. Whoa. I don't have enough windows open. While I'm doing this, our next one, I believe, is Starscream. So Starscream's gimmick is that he's got he's the jump starter. He is literally a jump starter.
Oh,
and when you look at him, that explains everything, right?
Yes. Yeah.
We got HJ Fies in the chat actually had this one. This one, again, I'm really stuck because it kind of depends on whether it worked.
It's a jumpstart gimmick. I'm not entirely sure they could get it wrong. Question mark?
The jumpstarter gimmick, right? Like, in concept, I love it, but half the time, depending on the quality of the piece, they just flop on the table and they're lying down afterwards. Was this one able to actually spring up to its feet, is my question.
I mean, probably a one-time. In 2024, I'm not sure the springs have the life left to do it.
True. I'm turning to the viewers. Joel Adler says, I recall it working a few times, which is pretty good for the Jumpstarter gimmick.
Oh, yeah. Now, I will say this is a far more complicated gimmick than the ones we've seen so far. Like, if this is functional, it is very impressive for a Happy Meal toy.
Yeah, because that gimmick is tricky. Like, the originals couldn't pull it off all the time. And I dare say, maybe it's a mark towards this, that you are literally getting a G1 toy, basically, for a Happy Meal toy. No shoulders, right? Like, the articulation doesn't exist, so, you know,
it exists purely for the flip.
Yeah.
I would say it is a clever figure to try this with, because Starscream's jet mode is so top-heavy with the extra thrusters and cannons.
Yeah. Like, it's not as balanced, especially when it doesn't have those big hunky arms to kind of counterbalance the top. Sam Wellbell says it does work, played with one in the last few months.
Oh, recent reporting. I like that.
Yeah. James Clark, really good fidget toy. Boy, I don't know where to put this. This is definitely...
Now, obviously we can't judge articulation on this one because it's all about the gimmick, but if the gimmick works, that's really impressive. Color-wise, he's got a lot going on for Starscream. Yeah,
they hit the red correctly, because Armada Starscream has a weird red. It's like a sort of fluoro red. Uh,
Mm-hmm.
it's not like a classic, just like blood red. So
Yeah.
they hit that. I really like. I know this isn't like full accuracy. I really like just because of how the plastic came out, that black strip down each leg. Like having that lead up to those kind of pectoral black patches, it kind of works. It's got like a jumpsuit vibe.
Kinda, yeah. I'm really kind of impressed that they put the yellow on the shoulders where the cannons would be. That is entirely unnecessary and something I feel like they would have skipped.
Yeah, it's not.
But-
It's not even there in the alt mode. Like that's just for the robot mode.
Yeah.
Yeah. Joel Adler actually saying having yellow for a single paint app seems really high effort. Also the cockpit. They painted in the window.
I would call this the most effort they've put into the paint apps, especially when we look back at like Optimus and Megatron, who got barely anything.
Yeah. Oh, that's really informing a decision of mine now. I want to make the case that this is below Megatron, but in the I don't even need the food tier. Because if if the gimmick works, then it's up there.
If the gimmick works, and we've got recent reports that it does.
Yeah.
I can't believe we do, but we do.
Sam Welbel, we are putting a ton of pressure on you now. We believe you. Also, Sam says plastic quality on par with mainline Armada.
Oh my god.
Because I think Megatron is still more visually interesting and more tactile interesting. But I think this is easily a number 2 myself.
Yeah, Megatron feels like a fully realized Transformer at that size and budget, whereas Starscream is a proper throwback to G1 that does what he's supposed to do really well, apparently.
Yeah, and it even they kind of gave him a new alt mode, but it's a really cute one. He looks like Power Glide basically.
I'm almost getting like Tailspin Sea Duck vibes from the wing placement.
Oh yeah,
and the bulk of the vehicle.
Yeah, I'm gonna put this up there.
Yeah, I would agree. I agree. I want to top tier him. Maybe not as high as Megatron, but I really like that.
Yeah. Man, I should say, for full transparency, right, what the process was on this, I didn't really stare at any of these, and I only had the Optimus. So, actually, now that I think, I might have had the Hot Shot, and I just forgot that was a toy I own, because the more I'm looking at this every time I come back here, I'm like, wait, I think I've played with that. So I haven't done a lot of forethought on this, to sort of keep things a little bit fair. But I didn't think I was going to have legitimate put them up on the S tier reactions to any of these, let alone 2 of them, and that Starscream is kind of blowing my socks off.
Starscream in general seems to be like the all around shining light of Armada.
Yeah, I still haven't picked up the Legacy version.
Oh my god!
Both Legacy, actually all 3. The only Legacy Armada toy I have is Optimus. The other 3 I haven't picked up yet.
That's D1 if you're only going to get 1.
Yeah. It was Commander, and it had so much hype, I was like, I'm just going to actually go and find it immediately. But that also meant that I was then like, well, I can't really grab a Voyager and a Leader right now, and then I'm going to pick up the Hot Shot sometime, but a lot of the feedback made me go I think I'm okay missing Wave 1 right now, in general. I should throw in, me and TJ, we did a little bit of work before this stream just for the fans. We recorded about 15 years of podcasts to just we threw it into a folder on TFW 2005. They owed us a favor.
Yeah.
But we've talked about this stuff before on that recorded medium. So if you do want to check that out, it's wtf.tfw2005.com.
It's pretty impressive how we managed to crunch time and compress it enough to get that much content out in just a short little interlude.
Yeah, well, thank goodness for Google money. We were able to get one of those hyperbaric recording booths and just grind it out,
Yeah, I normally use them for bodybuilding and combat training, but it comes in handy if you just don't have the time to content create.
Yeah. It was weird trying to pretend we didn't know things that happened in 2009 when we got to kind of the tail end of
Oh
we
my
ran out
God.
of. Yeah.
Oh my God! It's so hard to keep all that straight sometimes.
Yeah, it was complicated, and also our voices start sounding really weird when we got to that point, very strained.
Yeah.
You don't have to. You probably don't have to listen to anything from the stuff that's marked with that number. But where were we? We were going on to the last, the eighth original figure here, which is Happy Meal Demolishor, who is the Decepticon battle damage figure. So my understanding is his gray arm blows off when you beep his crotch. He's got that little double
Relatable.
deuce. Yeah, he's got that little double deuce poking out there, and when you bop it, his right arm flies off. I think that gimmick is really cool. If it flies off with force, I once again kind of have to go to the people here. When the battle damage gimmick fired off on one of these, did the arm just fall off, or did it blow off? Because that kind of is important to my own deliberations here. Someone just posted, "I was drinking water." Well, you should continue. I mean, hydration's good.
Yeah. Yeah. Don't let us stop you.
Cheese Ear says fall. That's not promising. No force, lol. It was pathetic. It pretty much just falls off. Okay, that informs something here. So, I think this goes... I'm going to hot take it right now. Currently, my feeling is, at least I got food, because that tank mode is hot, and the gimmick is conceptually funny, but the moment that I think I'm going to ram his little crotch dumplings into a wall in tank mode, and that arm doesn't blow off, then I begin frowning. It was spring-loaded, but a wimpy-ass spring. Okay. TJ, how are you feeling about this Demolisher? Before I continue on, how are you feeling about this Demolisher?
I am scrambling to find some other visual representation of this thing.
I kind of want to know, because from the front, I think that robot mode angle's doing him a lot of favors now that I'm looking at the tank mode again.
It is. From what else I've seen, it is absolutely helping his case.
If you got a photo you can pop me a link to at some point.
I am looking. Everyone selling this on eBay has him in vehicle mode.
Oh, stop. eBay sellers, stop cheating. Everyone knows what they're buying. You don't got to gussy it up. We all know. Kaylee Winchenstein.
You're not hiding anything, eBay.
Kaylee Winchenstein, I'm with you. I want to see this robot in profile view now. K-Barn says his crotch sticks out way ahead of him. Timu says, now we know where Red Alert's crotch went. Arch Tello says, bro is packing.
Okay, it's not profile. As close as I'm gonna get, though. 'Cause I think you violate some kind of like term on eBay by showing what this crotch looks like from the side.
It's alright. We're all good. What's terms of service if not service to be bro? Hey, at least we get to see what the battle damage looks like.
He's just putting it all out there.
I'm just gonna blow this up a little bit so we can get a better look at that.
So not only is he vulnerable in the place all guys are vulnerable. He's got it out there, literally the farthest from him he possibly could.
He is trying to keep it as beepable as possible.
Aren't we all?
True. Here's the thing. Because he
Tell me
also
what the thing is.
because he also has clown shoes. His giant thrusting underfemur, like, he kind of has a BattleTech vibe going on. Because he's also got those huge clown shoes. He looks like a Transformer that is inhabiting a human-made mech body. And it's warming me up to him, oddly.
I feel like he's trying to be like Beast Machine's Blast Charge. In like the worst way.
Yeah, just reaping all the wrong lessons from the textbook. This is actually doing more favors than harm for him, in my own viewpoint. Because I didn't know that he had clown shoes going on as well, and it's like balancing it out. He's got the 3 points going on.
So like one arm, crotch extended, clown shoes. You know, that's a good dating profile photo.
Let me just look at his... So his head can fold down.
Yeah.
Imagine that he has his head folded down, and suddenly this just looks like a cool mech.
True, but it's hard to view it in that context.
Hang on. There. Suddenly it looks better to me.
No, truly a weapon to surpass Metal Gear.
Kind of, right? Unfortunately, the big weapon arm blows off when you doot the boopers on the front, but
that's what's getting to me. I am uncomfortable with how I have to activate his gimmick.
It's good. Freaking cheese here with the...
I have to flick this man in the groin to get him to drop his arm.
I just got full air quoted in the text chat with cool mech. Lilith of the Void was Sahelanthropus at home. You're all making me like this more. I actually want to bop... Yeah, stop. You have 10 seconds to comply, Optimus Philip. I want to push this up to parking lot playtime. Because I think I would have the moment where I fold the head away and just look at this, and I'd be kind of like, huh. Also, Kaylee pointing out the insides of the legs are painted.
I don't think they're painted. I think that's just where the plastic ends. Well, no, because it's oversprayed.
Yeah.
Huh.
Yeah,
that's
why?
A weird choice.
Yeah,
that's a weird choice.
Big why? Because it's
like,
not.
Let's not paint his chest at all, but the inside of his legs, sure.
It's not on the outside either. It's just on the inside where you're kind of not gonna look. That's kind of swagger to me. That's kind of confident. That's.
I mean, when you're presenting like he is, you exude nothing but confidence.
Alan Weaver just pulled the trigger on an auction for both Demolishor and Megatron for $17.
I hope you people on eBay appreciate what we're doing for you here.
We're here to help. We're here to help and enrich this fandom. I want to put this above Hot Shot in the parking lot tier. Is that vulgar? Or do I need to be talked down?
Considering this is the third toy today we've judged by its groin, I think vulgar has passed.
Okay. Because let me just look at what this looks like when I do this. Hang on, let me pull this back in here. If I just take this and I put it here, then like, what is our tier list right now? Do I think this Demolishor looks better than anything in At Least I Got Food? I kinda do. Because you can kind of see, actually, a progression here. The At Least I Got Foods are the very clear uni-legs, right? Up here, we got defined physical bipedal structure. And then we got the beginnings of swag, and then we got straight into the swag at the top.
Yeah, based on that, I could agree.
Personally, this is how I'm feeling. Do you want to make a case for somewhere else for Demolishor? Do you want to be the freak who says put him between the Hot Shots?
I would not suggest anyone be between two Hot Shots.
Especially like those two pancake men just like clapping together around you. I would never want it. Optimus, yes, Kaylee. Optimus does have a uni-leg, but he somehow makes it look like he doesn't to me. In a way that doesn't... I should say, obviously I can see he has a uni-leg. Something about Optimus, he really wears it like it's two legs, and he's just deciding not to separate them.
It's also about the most accurate to physical form we have for any of these McDonald's toys.
Yeah,
because that is about the same range of articulation his main toy had.
Yeah. I'm really happy with that placement, personally.
Yeah, I don't mind that. I don't mind that.
Since we're now on the cusp of the bonus round, it's also worth asking, TJ. So TJ, do you feel like you want to submit any tweaks to this list? Now that we can see it kind of all laid out here.
I feel like I like the Cyclonus a little bit more than you do, but I can also see the case for where he is.
Would you have any argument to make as far as bumping him to here? Because I wouldn't myself, but I'm flexible.
See, for that it does come down to like the body proportions, because I don't mind the helicopter, but it does get really weird because it's so chest heavy and arm tiny.
Yeah,
you've made a good case of like, yeah, the separated leg helps these things so much.
Yeah, like the moment I put him up here, then I start going like, we did something wrong. Like just something about this doesn't look right. And then the moment he's back down here, it's kind of like we have structure to this.
Yeah, I'll go with that.
Okay. Because then we can move on to the bonus round. We have two more entries here. First up, let's stick with the Decepticons.
Okay.
We've got Mighty Vehicle. And I will open both images, just for full fairness. Because in the artwork does a lot of favors to this, I think. So if you got all four of the Decepticons and turned them all into alt mode, they would form one mighty vehicle. And in this artwork, it's at a dynamic angle. The lines kind of smooth together. It's all one tone, right? It kind of works. And then when you do it in person, you have that. So I feel like it might be worth looking at both of the bonus round things together to fully judge what's happening. Do you agree?
To have the context, yeah, I would agree with this.
All right, now the Autobots form Mighty Robot. We did get kind of a look at both of these beforehand, obviously. Now, once again, the artwork is trying to help here. I think the artwork is helping less because it's not even trying to cover up what's happening. What's happening is that they form Dick. They form Teabag and Spoon. They form Sugar and Candy. They form the Carrot and the Brussels sprouts. You can't even call it a pyramid because Optimus is like, what's pyramids? Put me on top more.
No, this is a weird thing with the Power Rangers stack up on as a pyramid, and it's like that's supposed to be like a sensible way of attacking a monster.
I mean, if I was a monster and like five Power Ranger Sentai folks just did this and like T-posed at me, I probably would back off. Because I'd assume they have something up their sleeves.
Oh no, a professional cheerleading squad.
Exactly. One of them will cartwheel, then they will all forward flip, and suddenly they're all around me, just like, sticking things into my orifice.
You know what it is? It's how Reflector tried to attack Skyfire in the old cartoon.
Oh yeah,
just human pyramid charge forward.
we're just gonna roll at this guy. We're just gonna shuffle roll. It'll work. So I have something to pitch about these, but before I do, TJ, how are you feeling? Let me be fair here. Let me pop back over to Mighty Vehicle as well.
I did send you another picture that's got more of an angle to it. I think that helps it considerably.
Oh, okay. Oh, this does. Okay, hang on. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Okay, because I have a concept to pitch for these. Before I do, though, TJ, where are you feeling on these? And let's say for context, let's just imagine you got the golden ticket Happy Meal. And your Happy Meal is a birthday party Happy Meal, and it's got all four of one faction in it. Yet you are still ready to judge things as low down as Send It Back. How are you feeling about these two? Where are they landing for you right now?
Okay. So if I got the golden box Decepticon meal, aside from just like outside of the fact that I think we judge Decepticons marginally better than the Autobots in this set.
Yeah,
Um,
yeah.
This feels like there's some design intention to it. Like there is some clever shape usage here. Like getting Cyclone. This is why Cyclonus has his minicon attached, so he could fit in between Starscream's rear section.
Yeah, he can just
that
he can nestle in like a hot dog.
Yeah, that creates a nice flow. 2 tanks on the side for the underbase of this vehicle, that works. Obviously there's solid connection points for Starscream and Cyclonus, Starscream in the tanks, Cyclonus in the tanks. This looks solid.
Mm-hmm.
Like this actually looks like there is some intent to design, and I really like that.
And the humbleness of Megatron, and we love it when we see this in a combiner, when the leader is not the torso, right?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, carry your team, Megatron.
Yeah. Because then that bops us over to Mighty Robot. Oh, look who's up top. Big surprise.
I feel like this is just Optimus flaunting.
Yeah. This is hubris. This is toxic masculinity.
I mean, it's certainly not a robot. Let's just be honest, it's not a robot.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna present my case to you. I'm gonna just put these both on the tier list, and then we can just converse. And I'll see how you react.
Sure.
So we take Mighty Robot. Send it back. We take Mighty Vehicle. Best of the best. Now I have a case to make. So Mighty Vehicle, you kind of just laid it out. Mighty Vehicle kicks ass. If I just got this as a toy, I would already be hype, and then I'd find out it's Transformers. Right? Like, if you just handed me this, I'd just be like, sick. I win. What a great birthday. And then, it separates into 4 vehicles? What a great birthday. They have gimmicks and turn into kind of robots? What a great birthday. Oh, thanks. Thanks, McDonald's. Not sponsored by. If I look at this, then I'm like, okay. Who's playing funny jokes? 2 of these I don't really like either. They all kind of turn into vehicles. Can I combine the vehicles together? Oh, I can't. Okay. Get me a new birthday.
Give me a new birthday.
And here is where I'm going to get surgical on this maidenless thing. You see how Hot Shot's kind of enlarged chest sculpt with that big belt buckle there?
Yeah.
You see how that kind of looks like it is in service of a combined mode almost?
How it's a little bit larger than what his normal crotch size would be.
Yeah, when you look at this photo, you're like, oh, it's kind of like that's Mighty Robot's crotch, actually. That's the big reveal. If this at least had the decency for Optimus Prime's chest to open to reveal a second larger Optimus Prime face at the top, then I would be speaking a lot differently. But the fact that they didn't even have the simple human decency to have some large face somewhere, even if Optimus's head was just comically big, and then it makes sense when you pop him up there. That's what really it's the part where none of these do a single thing to remotely even pretend that they are turning into Mighty Robot.
Yeah.
That's what I think makes this actually send it back tier, because it's like, if you painted a face on the chest grill on that Optimus, even that would bump this up to at least I got food, in my opinion. If there was a big funny face up there, because you can't even fan art this in a funny way.
No.
Right?
No, you cannot.
Like, there's nothing to work with. Even the legs, their arms are in such different positions that, like, you can't really make it funny.
I mean, it's as a combiner, it's so sad that you still have the robot mode arms of everyone else just sticking out.
Yeah, and like you could fold a bunch of them away, I think, but not in a way that's in service of what's happening, because you'd be covering that big belt buckle, for instance. And And I think if the two, Akan Lord, if the two on the bottom could fold their arms up, it would help 10%. I would say that's probably the ceiling I'd put on that. Because, like, could neither of them have flipped just a big foot out of their mono leg? You know, like, there's just a whole lot of little things which wouldn't have made these amazing, but it would have allowed for, like, funny fan art, you know? And that's
the observation I have here is that they are stacked exactly how we have tiered them.
Hang on. Let's be fair. They flipped Red Alert and Smokescreen.
Okay, fair.
But it's, you know what? If we say that we are reading right to left, like a manga, then they did... That's messed up. Once again, toxic masculinity at work right here. People who want to actually play out the whole alpha, beta, sigma thing going on right here. The friggin' Mighty Robot probably sells self-help guides on TikTok. Probably films fake podcast segments where he gives hot takes with a dead microphone in front of him. Yeah, I feel no guilt putting that into Send It Back tier myself.
No, absolutely. It's the definition of just like cobble them together.
K-Barn points out this is clearly a modern interpretation of the Rescue Force Lio Kaiser repaint, but it isn't, because you can do a funny art of that one, right? Like that appeared in one of the Bakon comics or something.
Yeah, like actual combiner function still exists in them. You just can't finish it.
Yeah, and then whatever they are, you can still draw it, right? And it looks kind of funny. This thing you can't even draw because you're just drawing 4 robots. And maybe Hot Shot has a block down over his face if you flip it down. But no, Mighty Robot ain't even Rescue Force. Yeah, and I will say also, this is not me just saying I want something in every tier. That crossed my mind. But I went into this thinking Mighty Robot's gonna end up somewhere in the top, I'm sure. Because surely, I just glanced at it, surely I missed something. It's gotta be funny at least. It's gotta be funny. It's gonna have a big funny face somewhere. It doesn't even have that.
No,
mediocre. If I may quote Immortan Joe. And like when the best thing you can say is they're doing the cheerleader stack, it's like they're doing the cheerleader stack, and yet they are doing it with as little effort as possible. At least in Super Sentai, sometimes they will all stick their arms out. You know, they'll do a giant cartwheel by spinning the camera around or something. Oh wow, we got some motivator defense going on here. I'm not going to get knee deep into that, but yeah, let's not conflate Mighty Robot with motivators. That's not fair to motivators.
No, I wouldn't put that on them.
Yeah, that's cruelty. Yeah, I think this kind of settles on a really nice tier list to me. I'm going to blow this up a bit so I can maybe fit this into one window here. I got to do some window gymnastics to actually check what I'm doing here. All right, there we go.
All right, yeah.
And then I can drag this over a little bit. Oh, we did it. So, there we go. Our final list. Starting at the top, I threw away the food. It was a distraction. We've got Mighty Vehicle, Megatron, then Starscream. Standing alone on This Goes on a Shelf in 2024, Optimus Prime. Over in Parking Lot Playtime, we've got Demolishor, Hot Shot, and Hot Shot. Down at Least I Got Food, we got Cyclonus, then Red Alert, then Smokescreen. And down at the Send It Back tier is Mighty Robot. Oh, Griffman found a side shot of Demolishor, but I was talking to TJ about this before we got going. This chat box doesn't let anyone but me post links, we've kind of determined.
Yeah, that's a little safety restriction.
Yeah, and it's a safety restriction that has actually been more of an impedance than a safety thing at this point, especially with all the extra live streams. I'm sure it's out there, or you can like link me that on the B Sky or whatever, or on Twitter. I can go check that thing still. Every time I go back to Twitter, I've been tagged in another crypto spam with like 50 other names. Like, I already was kind of like not posting there much, but I hate it when like even the most bottom of the jokes to make about current Twitter like comes true when I go there. Like when I go and actually,
if it's not the crypto scam, it is female name followed by 14 random numbers with a hot girl profile image telling me to come to her quote dating site.
The most charming thing, I don't mind this. Right before Twitter really toileted, and I bailed for the most part, the last weird follows I got were enterprising VTuber artists. Because I followed a few, and I think that they do follow-on-follow botting or whatever. But I was like, this feels like honest botting. And then it was right after that, I got my very first me and 50 other names. Yo, the ETH is dropping tonight, bro, to the moon. Hodl. And I was like, all right, I'm... Also, Alex Jones' stream is starting in 24 hours. I'm like, okay, I'm out. I'm taking a step. Anyway. Yeah, that locks the tier list. I'm going to try to do a shortened edit of this to put up as an actual video. I'm going to say that out loud because I keep wanting to do more with stream footage. So, TJ, are you okay if I do that? I'll just ask you here in front of a live audience.
Yeah, I'm good with that.
All right. I think I got tweeted. I'm not going to open Twitter on the one you can see because it might have a bunch of crypto scams on it. So hang on. Let me go back. Every time I load up the site and it gives me that stupid... Oh, here we go. Crotch first. Okay, I'm going to drag this picture over to the other... Wait, I got to arrange these. I'm going to drag it in as a new tab.
All right.
This should be working. There it is.
Hoo.
I'm keeping it in his spot. That's swagger. just hang on. Let me do the thing. Delete that little head up there. And you got just a big walking mech thing. Adonis. Correct, Kaylee.
Adonis. That is pride. That's what pride looks like.
Yeah, and you know what pride is, and this is the fine line between pride, courage, and hubris. Pride is put in your battle damage beepy doopers right on the front of that and going like, I dare you. In fact, I'm gonna bump you with these. I'm gonna poke you in the cheek. Someone's pointing out that ass. Let me just take a look. Yeah, he's got that square hunk in the back. Grippable, stackable. You could put drink cups. Yeah. You could get an order from McD's, put drink cups back there, and just go like, I don't even have to remember they're back there. Alan Weaver, make my arm fall off limply, I dare you. G1 Bird Double Dealer is stacked in a different way than this Lilith of the Void. G1 Bird Double Dealer is throbbing, whereas this is, again, this is courageous and proud.
Yeah.
G1 Bird Double Dealer looks like he's kind of suffering, like it's not his choice. It's just this is what's happening right now. G1 Bird Double Dealer woke up in that way where, like, woke up kind of in the wrong shape in bed. All the blood went in the wrong places, and it's just like, oh no, I have to sit down right now in the washroom, and I can't. That's what G1 Bird Double Dealer is doing.
Yeah, he has to literally drag that through life.
Yeah.
No, this is just the utmost confidence. This is like video. This is video game boss confidence. Here's my weak spot. I'm gonna put it as close to you as I can, and I'm still confident I will win.
So this is wild. Adam just pointed this out. That's Blackout. That's his mini-con.
Oh.
Ultimate.
That makes sense.
Ultimate partnership. Ultimate brotherly partnership. That's Aibo material. That's Aniki and Aibo all in one. All right. I think that pretty much nails this tier list. I'll just bring it back up again. And then I will say we'll get one more, long solid look at this thing. The scrolling went all funny. Just fix that for all of you. There you go. This is our scientific tier list. So, of course, being Transformers Armada scientists, we were there when it launched, and we were participating in the adult fandom when it launched. So, we were big brain back then. So we were there for a lot of this. So you can trust us on this one.
Yeah, we are with more than 20 years experience with these, so you can trust us.
Yeah, in general, you can trust us.
Yeah, but yes, believe everything we say.
Yeah. So I'm also going to bring us back to the collab facecam feature and make sure everything is working. It totally worked. I'm so happy. In fact, for this one, I should again experiment. I can make you a little bit taller. Put you there. This will just be the next 2 hours of the stream, as I'm once again just going to be playing with TJ's PNG.
This is his new toy for the day.
It's really fun. I love playing with objects in OBS, so I don't get to do this that often. It's really hard to grab my camera. I want to move it over a bit. There we go. Perfect. Perfection. So, now I'm just looking. So, TJ, thanks so much for coming by and joining me for this lovely tier list.
Of course. Thanks for having me. And thanks for arranging this so I look like your personal puppet.
Yeah, no worries. Yeah, in fact, you can kind of, if I just kind of stick this up a little bit. Oh, whoops. Just pull that back down. Pull it back down. Okay. Oops.
Oh, no.
Oh wait, when you fade in and out, it's kind of like you can see the internal skeleton when you're talking. Like say some stuff.
Just a little bit.
Yeah.
Taz, I'm not a puppet. I'm not a puppet.
This is like a Common Rider photo in a magazine when you can see all the cybernetics.
I'm like a photo in Back to the Future. I'm just struggling to continue existing.
In another timeline, if things go differently in the year 1954, TJ will in fact just be a PNG strapped over my hand.
I wonder why it's doing that here. It doesn't usually do that. It usually just fades in and out. I don't know why it's switching to a transparency.
Yeah, I wonder if it... I mean, I don't really know how all this stuff works. I'm running a thing to render a room in behind me. Low res. I wonder if that's messing with it somehow.
It might, potentially.
Yeah. Scorp, what's up? You missed your 11 imaginary reminders. Don't worry, there will be a VOD and ideally even an edited version of this afterwards, because we pro.
Actually, let me see if I disable the crossfade. Then I might just go back and forth.
Hey, you're still fading in and out.
That's weird.
There we go. Yeah. You're still. I'm seeing the hand working the jaw.
Yeah. It's weird.
Well, TJ, thanks for coming by. Thanks for taking an evening out that wasn't the podcast. If folks want to see, if you want, I had a joke about this in my head earlier today. I was gonna say, like, if you all want to see what TJ's up to, I could say, TJ, why don't you plug your stuff? But quite literally, we are on YouTube right now, and if you just put TJ Omega in the search bar, he shows up immediately. I feel like it's wasting TJ's time and all of yours for me to go like, TJ, why don't you tell them where they can find you on YouTube?
I should hope I come up when you put my name in the search bar.
It'd be kind of messed up. If you didn't.
It'd be a little difficult to get the channel off the ground that way.
Actually, someone just said, what podcast? It is WTF at TFW, the TFW 2005 podcast that you can find at WTF.TFW2005.com. I can even show you what that looks like. It looks like this. So you go to that page. You can play these podcast episodes right in your browser if you want to. Sometimes they work with podcast Stitcher things. Sometimes they don't. We don't know why. I've been working with the site admin on that off and on for years. We don't know why. It just sometimes doesn't work.
639 episodes, can't quite get it hammered out.
Yeah. But you can download the MP3s off of here. You can play them in browser if you want to. We have been doing this since 2008. If you want to only hear episodes that might have TJ and me, then even now, and some people don't know this, you can click the tag even numbered episode. Now, since we only really have one team, again, I think some people don't notice this. On the odd number ones, I just add odd numbered episode, but I also leave even numbered episode. Because it's still the old even-numbered crew is what we're just rolling with now. So,
what you're telling me is the even-numbered episode tag is essentially useless.
It's on every podcast since a few years ago, yes. Everyone barring maybe the TCG ones or like the odd interview. I try to be, we don't have many tags, but I try to be weirdly persnickety about them. That and like constantly wanting to shout out the Zune user.
I love for the Zune user.
We actually have, I got inside info. Apparently, did you know our Zune user thing here, it's Zune Memorial now because the Zune store is gone. But that link, briefly, worked for Zunes, and it had to be edited to work for Zunes on the back end of this entire website. And TFW Tony thought the joke was funny, and so actually did the little bit of work to make sure that if somehow a Zune connected to our podcast feed, it would work to use that link. Zunes don't work anymore. So I shrug.
Yeah,
but, yeah.
Hence the Guardians of the Galaxy gag from years back.
Yeah. But yeah, if you want to check out the podcast, we do it a little more irregularly now, but we still cram in 1 or 2 a month. We thankfully have an army of bees doing all the editing now, which is big for me in my brain because I burned out editing a podcast a long time ago. And that was one of my first experiences with burnout. Adam, what the hell is a Zune with 2 O's? Just wait for the Zune fan server revival. When it happens, we are equipped and prepared. Anyway, TJ, I won't hold you up any longer. You got any words you want to throw out to the folks here before we part ways?
I mean, I have no words of wisdom, but that's what you're hoping for.
Oh no, I'm just hoping for words. I like words filling in time. It's my favorite thing.
Ah, okay. Oh, I can do just words. Hi, everyone. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for listening to us and our opinions on Transformers Armada toys that you got for free. We hope it was entertaining. We hope that you enjoyed it. And let us know if you did, because there's more McDonald's toys. We might be at this again if he can actually find me when I have a gap in my schedule, which is increasingly rare.
Yeah, don't mind what I'm doing here, but that's
what are you doing?
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. That kind of comes with TJ. TJ got into doing a couple years ago the daily video thing, and has maintained it, which I think is incredibly impressive. But that also means that TJ is like perpetually busy.
Today is day 863.
Yeah. Sorry, I was just trying to see if I could get this to work.
I'm going down.
I'm just.
You are literally squashing me.
I'm just using a compression technique.
With your hand?
Yeah, it's listen, like I said, doing some experimental technology over here. Yeah, I hope you all enjoyed that too. And if you did like it, let me know. I will say don't necessarily start just throwing me like go collab with this person and this person, because like I kind of base my collab vibe right now on like, do I already talk to someone? And I got a couple people I talked to, so don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. But after a while, perhaps I will say like, hey, you guys should go and tell people that you want them to collab with me, because I'm too shy to talk to people I don't know. So if you all do it for me, then we're all good. So I'm going to try one more trick here. Just I'm curious if I can do this. If I just open my pocket, can I stick TJ in? If I arrange the layers in a certain way. Oh, I know what I need to do. Okay.
Let's see.
First, I need to go here into the filters. This is going to be worth it. This is going to be so incredible.
Okay, I'll take your word for it.
So we'll set the opacity back to 100, and then I'm just going to take my pocket, just open it up. We're just going to take TJ, just wait. Oh, no, wait. First I got to push this button. There we go. And we'll just see if we can jam TJ right down into my pocket. Oh, it's not. There we go. So TJ, wherever you are, I hope that we can do something like this again. That's very fun. And if anyone does want some more of that Vangelus TJ energy, we did, as I said, back record 15 years of podcasts for you to go and check out if you want to. So I'll just pull you up here. TJ, I'm going to do a little closer here, but I'll let you go, and I'll just pop off the call that we're in.
Sure.
But
aren't you so glad I didn't come on with a webcam?
This is way more fun.
Yeah, apologies for if you want to see me and Vangelus on screen at once. I'm still gunky from being sick, so you don't need to see me blowing my nose every 20 minutes.
Oh, I should say also, just in general, to be transparent, one of my things when I've been talking to people about collab-y things, I am always leaving the options open. You don't have to appear with Facecam. Also, we don't have to stream it. We can just pre-record a thing, and I'll just like trim the front and back off. So some things, that's also why I want to try to edit this one into something, so I can establish some normalcy of these just being a type of video that shows up now and then. So I'm going to push this mute button on the call, and then I'm going to close up this stream. I don't know if you want to debrief afterwards, but let's put you down in there. And then we're going to push this. And then we're going to push this. Hitting all the buttons today. And then we're going to push... Oh! It's working. We're going to push... this! Thanks for... Oh, is that loud? That's probably loud. There we go. Thanks for hanging out, everybody. That was a fun little experimental stream. I would like to do that a little bit more often. I'm going to see if I can line up like 1 or 2 of those every month if I remember to, but I make no guarantees of regularity yet. I'm still I'm not quite put together enough to do that. But I hope you all had fun. It sounds like, going by the chatter. Oh, it was pretty good. Now you can't hear it at all. That's good information for me. I'm gonna pull it back up. I can't really tell either way because like the levels are all funny when I have these headphones on. Anyway, I hope you all stay safe and take it easy. I'm gonna try to do hopefully at least one more stream this month. And I got a couple more ideas. I don't have any toys to open, but I got a couple ideas. Yeah, 14 seems like good when I have this setup running. I just gotta play it, but I gotta look at the audio mixer. I gotta look at the colors. So anyway, take it easy out there. Stay safe. Stay safe. And I'll catch you all later. Also, MDLX Starscream is a review that might appear this week. Previews. Ooh, yeah. It was so lonely back here. Why don't you come closer to me? Oh, you're so warm. If only I could know the flow of your blood. by feel. But enough for now.
Let them come.